All right, good evening, folks. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are tuning in from. This is the Ox Billiards stream, live in Seattle, Washington. Tonight's match is between Christian Eiberger and Gus Targonsky. 10-ball race to 11. This is Zach Ross in the booth. Joining me, Shucheng Chow.
Hello. Thanks for having me, Zach.
Yeah, pleasure's all mine. Thanks for being here.
Yeah.
Pretty good matchup. Chris recently became a 600.
I
broke
saw that
barrier.
Yeah.
And Gus sitting at 614, so should be a pretty good match.
Yeah, I've seen both players played multiple times. They're both very strategic and smart players. Should be a good match.
Playing all the standard 10-ball rules, except there is no early 10, even if called. That will get spotted, and the player continues shooting. So here we go. Christian breaking off rack number 1.
Are they playing winner's break?
Yes, it's winner's break as well.
Nice. Ooh, 4-ball just missed the side pocket.
Imagine Gus might play safe here.
Using the 5 and 8 and
Somehow found the window.
yeah. It's always like that. Like you aim for the middle and like you can hit either 5 or either 8 and probably be fine and just go through. But it's definitely not an easy shot. Have to use a bridge and still pretty awkward.
Yeah, I kind of don't mind maybe Chris sending this 1 to the other side of the 9, kind of doing a separation safe here. Because, I mean, he can make this, but cue ball's going to be running a bit.
Right. If he can really make it, then the path is pretty natural. But now, like, it's not easy to even get a good hit. Yeah, I think he's saying... he's saying safe, probably. Oh, no, he caught pocket. I think definitely left the edge. Don't know if Gus can find a potting angle. He's not. Yeah, he's checking. I think if you slow spin Masse a little bit, it is doable, but it doesn't help to get to the 2-ball. Hey, face man. No, that's face the facts.
We have a lot of
yeah, we have a lot of faces.
many.
Oh, he can definitely see a lot. So he didn't have to masse, but he did still put some right English to help with the potting, which caused this not so ideal. Yeah, he's calling for bank, which is a pretty aggressive shot, but it is the most natural way to stay attack and get to a 3-ball. Not too far away, and the speed is pretty good for a 2-way.
Yeah, landed pretty nice on the 3. It does give Chris the rail first, 2 into the corner. Getting shape back onto the 3, though. A little tricky.
It's very tricky.
And sort of that tangent line with the cue ball kind of goes towards the top right corner.
Yeah. The best possible I can see is if he can, the cue ball can hit the right long rail and come back out. Oh, he spun like a lot and got lucky again. No one's selling out. Not sure which ball he caught. He's kicking it for sure, but is it 2 or 4?
Yeah, I think he's going for the 4 just because
Oof.
how much it was covering the pocket.
Yeah, it's really close. For people tuning in, drop in your predictions for scores. What do you think, Zach? What do you think the score may be?
Well, I like to try and set up matchups that'll go hill-hill. So that's ideally what I would like to see. Either way, I think it's going to be close. I think both these players can get hot quick.
Right.
And it's kind of just who gives up the big mistake in the rack.
Right. Yeah, like I would imagine it goes down to who missed like one late game 8-ball or something that caused like a 1 or 2 game swing. And Aaron Moss in the chat. Hey Aaron. Christian, your pick. Okay, we'll see. I would say 11-9.
You're just going to leave it at that.
Yeah.
And the score is 11. The score is 11-9.
Yeah.
We're not going to say who. You know, I got to add a little mystery here.
To be honest, I don't know who's gonna win either. I just feel like the score will be 11.
Yeah, that'd be a good score line. Definitely show that both players are in it. So hitting this 2 ball around a little bit, but I think this is the first sort of clear open shot.
Still awkward. The 7 is pretty big. Oh, nice. Find the gap between 6 and 7. This angle is still a little bit awkward. Might have to find the right thickness of the ball to... Ooh, perfect. Yeah, that shot, like if you shot a little thicker, a little thinner, with like a little too much spin, you could hit the 6 and hook yourself. That was really nicely judged. One rail. Need to just get past the 7.
Yeah, looks like he cleared it just enough. Sort of based on the angle here, you think he just accepts shooting the 6 in the top right?
Yeah, I think it's the most natural way to... I would like just plan for that pocket from the beginning anyways. Either go one rail or stun over. Oof. Oh, okay.
Ooh, juiced it with a lot of spin and it got there.
That is a way to get there. The only reason I don't like this is because now the tempo is in play, so you have to judge how the cue ball is gonna... Okay, did it pretty well.
I think the thing about Gus's game that I've noticed is that he's able to soft hit a ball in his favor. Like I very rarely see him hit a shot soft and him not pocket the ball.
Right.
So he's got like this sort of, at times, like a soft cadence to his hits, but he gets where he needs to go.
Yeah.
Except here, didn't quite. He needed a
here.
little bit more on that one.
Or a little bit less. I
Yeah.
guess he was going for a little bit less, but that one was really hard to hold. It's somewhat natural two-way. Yeah. Even if we missed that one there, the cue ball is going to be high up there. But this is the pressure shot now. And those were some pucks. Oh, very clean. Nice shot. Okay.
Yeah, Gus takes rack number 1.
Yeah, Gus is showing. Seems to me he's warmed up. He's calm. He's able to adjust pretty well. So we'll see. Christian didn't make too many mistakes either. Just a couple back and forth kicks and safeties. And Gus was able to take advantage of that one opening chance to close
once
out.
once that 2-ball opened up, it kind of really became the moment for Gus.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, theoretically for 600 level games, you just maybe have to assume that if you gave up an open shot, you gave up a rack. But in real life, everyone makes mistakes. Ooh, the cue ball was saved.
I pretty much think that even when I'm not playing a 600.
That is the right mindset.
Yeah, I basically say, well, I missed that shot and this rack is dead.
Yeah.
And then if I get another chance, that's cool. But
Uh-huh.
yeah, I always try to play with the mentality that once I relinquish the rack to my opponent, their chances of running out are going to be high.
Mm-hmm. Almost like playing Ghost.
Mm-hmm. Back cut 1-4 combo here.
I think he's... Ooh. I don't know if he caught that.
It was a little aggressive, maybe.
Yeah, the way he cut it... Because if the cue ball didn't hit one of the balls, the cue ball is going to be down table. I feel like that was a little either miscalculated or a little aggressive. Using the bridge. Almost forgot that Gus is left-handed. Yeah, this one here is not trivial. You may need some left spin, and you're using the bridge. Yeah, that's... Can he still see the 2? Maybe? Barely.
Yeah, barely.
Yeah, that's the risk. That's why sometimes when using the bridge, I just don't think about any side spins. Looks like he can still make it. Very calm. Just take the medicine. One more good shot for correction. Need to swing around 2 rail maybe. Yeah. He had to use a lot of right spin. That got him there.
I think it's typically once you fall out of position, I've heard that it takes about 2 to 3 shots to get back in pocket line.
Yeah. And it's really why, the higher Fargo on paper you are, to me, it just means that how well can you recover from a awkward position. If you can just make the shot and just use one shot to recover, then basically you're much more resilient to any kind of mistakes or little awkward positions, rather than someone that needs 3 to 4 shots to recover. Nice bank, little too hard. Oh, or maybe he was going for a side. And that's perfect.
Hey, Blue Buddy in the chat. Good to see you.
He's slightly off angle here. Looking at the possibility of bumping the 8. I don't fancy that, to be honest.
So why would you bump the 8? I mean, I
'Cause-
guess it's kind of the angle, but he could also just play follow.
Yeah, the thing is, playing follow, the cue ball's gonna naturally go onto the 10 ball, and then
It might hide behind the 9, maybe.
Not hide behind the 9 necessarily, but you might have to your treetop behind a 10 ball on the 10 ball. That's what I mean. So if you can make sure that you bump the 8, then just like right now, you make sure you clear out a nice space to bridge your hand, and plus it maintains the angle. Nice shot. Little bit thick back there. Still okay.
You go 2 rails here to get above the 9.
Yeah, it's just a little awkward. It's in between. You can either spin. Yeah, he's looking at 2 rails. But the thing here is, if you try to stun too hard, it's still gonna hit the 10 ball. So it really depends on the exact angle. I might choose to soft spin this into the 10 ball. Like that. Yeah. You just caught 10 ball a little too thin. Yeah, here's a good time to breathe and assess the probability of making it. It's not a bad angle for a natural 2-way actually, if you just control the cue ball behind the 10. Just shoot it softly like that.
Just caught the point.
Yeah, he might still got it. Maybe not. Nope.
Yeah, I think he left it.
Yeah, we left it. Yeah, a little unfortunate. You don't want to catch the far corner. If anything, like if you catch the near corner, then the 9 ball is still gonna be a little awkward. So Gus bearing down. Yeah, taking rack number 2. Nice, as Blue Buddy said. Yeah, nice for Gus. Gus is really showing a good posture or aura, I should say. Just based on his rhythm of shooting the shot. He's keeping a very calm and consistent rhythm. (11-7) Gus, as James said. Yeah, now looks like it's going towards that way, but you never know. I think all Christian needs is 1 or 2 racks to get on the momentum. So the cue ball swiped the rack over there a little bit, but still got pretty nice layout. Again, the angle is just a little awkward. Ideally, you want to stop the cue ball by the 6 ball, but I think, yeah, okay, he did it pretty well. Now he might have to. We didn't have to jack up, so just need to bear down and stun out Morel. Okay, straighter than I thought. Ooh, 4 rails. I like that. Yeah, caught the 6. But I really like how he immediately saw the natural path of cue ball going 4 rails, which is also still natural, rather than trying to hold it for 2 rails. I think now he's super straight. Maybe he's going for a side pocket. Yeah, he is. Ooh, used the 9 ball really well. I'm surprised that it still went in after it hit the titty first, but good recovery. Needs another good position shot on this one. It's not easy. Spain, yeah, a little too much. It's always the tricky part of that shot is it's pretty sensitive to how thick or thin you hit the 6 ball exactly. The titty. The point of the side pocket. Ooh, miscued there. Oh, okay. Let's see. This might just be what Christian needs. Good speed. Ooh. Use the second rail pretty aggressively. Nothing around there, but at this angle, he will have to stun a little harder than he would like to get away from the rail. Okay, he just chose to soft draw that. Nothing wrong with that. Cue ball is pretty straight and should be fine. Nice. 2-1. Alright, guys, we have a very special guest joining us.
Thank you, Shu Cheng. So I'm Nick Barrow, founder of the Snooker Gym based in England and good friend of Mike Dominguez. I visited the club a few times before for various coaching clinics, and we have one in 2 weekends' time. But primarily I'm here for a wedding with one of your members. So I'm on a holiday here actually, but I thought I'd just arrived from a 36-hour trip 3 hours ago. But I couldn't resist coming in when I heard there was a stream. So I love technology and Q Sport. So thanks for inviting me.
Yeah, no, nice to have you, Nick. Were you here before commentating any of the snooker tournaments before? Or you were just here for...
I was here for running coaching clinics previously, and I've done commentary in various tournaments in countries throughout the world. We'll be here in Ox and Empire doing some clinics next weekend. But I'm really keen to see what is happening tonight in your match with Gus, who's leading Christian 2-1.
Yeah.
And let's see if there's anything particularly noticeable, or see if we can notice any chicken wings on pressure shots.
Yeah.
They're very easy to throw in when there's a lot of pressure.
Don't be too strict on our pro players.
Okay.
Yeah, I think both of them are pretty good in forms as of... Oh, that is a nice bank.
Lovely speed control. Nice smooth action there. Very often in a club environment you see a very jerky backwards and forwards, like almost a stabbing motion. But that was it's a nice smooth action.
Yeah, unfortunately Christian didn't call that shot. So that is why, even though he made it, now it's Gus' turn.
Yeah, it's interesting calling shots because in snooker rules, just by way of comparison, not saying one's better than the other, but in snooker rules, if you the rule on certain shots,
you just need to call that.
Is that you need to indicate the ball you're going for when there's doubt.
Yeah.
So if there are two balls close to each other, you need to indicate. Indicating might be where you're pointing the cue. So if it is obvious to the referee, it is acceptable. You don't have to verbally call or physically point at the pocket, but it's the player's risk. Because if it's not obvious to the referee has the right to call a foul for an ambiguous stroke.
Right. Yeah, I've seen players call the color shots in various situations. I don't know, for the red balls, do they have to call a specific red ball, or for red ball just any red ball would do?
A what ball, sorry?
A red ball.
Red, no. Any red in any pocket is always acceptable, even by fluke. But when you're playing a non-red, then
you have to indicate that.
Yes.
Right.
So he's put a lot of right English on that to try and get the white, I guess, touching the side rail.
Yeah, I think he just hit a tiny bit too thick on that one. Meant to split the two and then leave both on the long rails to not leave the shot.
snookered behind the
tempo, ideally, yeah. We'll hit the 7. Nick, have you been watching the World Championship?
It was the best one ever. It was the best one ever. My article in Snooker Scene. In fact, I'd already pre-written my monthly article for Snooker Scene magazine, but I was so moved by, and it was a technical piece, but that's going in next month because I was so moved by the quality of the World Championship. I said to my wife, she actually said to me, why don't you write, you love this championship so much, why don't you write an article about why it was so good? And I think it set snooker on a completely new trajectory. Now China is the juggernaut.
Yeah.
That's very clear to see. And as with Chinese pool, both in playing the game and organising Q Sports, Chinese pool, snooker cannot ignore Chinese pool. Snooker's competition is Chinese pool.
Yeah, right now China is taking a big part in snooker with 2 back-to-back champions. Just glazed that 5 ball there.
Did he hit it though?
Yeah, he hit it. The cue ball and the 5 were really close to each other, and he hit it super thin. The 5 ball just rocked a little bit.
So what's the rule when cue ball and object ball are frozen?
Yeah.
And does it depend on what cue sport discipline you have, whether you can have tip, cue ball and object ball in contact at the same time?
Yeah, so there are cases when, like just right now, if the cube, I don't think the cube and 5 were that frozen, but if they were,
No, there was a gap.
yeah, there's a
between
gap.
them, yeah.
But if they were frozen,
Yeah.
then unlike in snooker, that you can just treat it as touching and then you can shoot away from it.
You have to shoot away, otherwise it's deemed a foul.
Yeah, but
in
in
snooker.
but in pool you can well, if it's frozen, it's interesting. First, you can't shoot directly away from it. You still have to shoot. You have to kind of hit it thin and then glaze
So
it.
it has to move.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then the cue ball or any other ball has to hit the rail. That's
Got it.
always the rule.
Okay.
But there's a very interesting rule of push-through shot, where if they're really froze to each other, then you can just shoot through the both balls, and as long as there's no obvious double hit on the cue ball, it's called a legal shot. Although if you slow it down and there must be some kind of double hit there.
Well, if they're frozen, it's not a
almost meant
double
to be.
hit, but all tip, cue ball, and object ball are in contact
contact.
at the same time.
Yeah,
If there's a gap between,
if there's a gap between
both
you-
balls,
right.
you can have a double hit. In
Yes.
snooker,
If there's a gap, you can't do that push through shot anymore.
Yeah.
Because it's almost guaranteed that you will have a double kiss.
double hit. Yeah.
Double hit is what I mean. Yeah.
So that is a foul, a double hit.
That would be a
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, in snooker there's a push shot where you have tip, cue ball and object ball touching at the same time. And there's double hit where the object ball leaves the cue ball and the tip follows through and hits the cue ball again. Both are
Right.
fouls.
Right.
All in every circumstance.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's the same for pool as well. You can't have the tip just follow and then touch it again. Alright, Zach, just calmly. It's a little uncomfortable there to reach.
Yeah, it looks like a bit of a stretch
Yeah, a
here.
little bit of
And his
stretch.
cue arm's well forward of vertical there.
Yeah.
With the balls close together, that's easy to play a foul there because your cue arm's so far forward, it's very unfamiliar.
Yeah.
That could have been treacherous.
I'm always amazed by snooker players' skill of using the rest. Ooh. A little
Or the
thick
bridge,
there.
you call it,
Yeah,
don't
the
you?
bridge.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to use snooker terms, but it's
I want to use pool terms.
yeah. Yeah, I was watching they play and then they pull out a bridge and just shoot a long shot with the bridge. It's
Well,
like pretty amazing.
they have exposure by necessity. So they are by default practicing a lot of rest play bridge
Yeah.
shots.
Yeah.
And some of them will practice in their solo time using the bridge because they in pool it's unusual
9-foot
to
table.
need it.
Right.
But some of the players are very accomplished with it, and others are also struggling a lot with it. And there are some fundamentals with the bridge that that if you violate, it's very difficult to be accurate. So it's very easy to be bad with the bridge.
Yeah. All right, 3-1, Gus break. They are playing winner's break, so whoever won the last rack will break for this one. Two ball went 4 rails.
Is there, in these challenge matches, is there a... I think I'm answering my own question here. A time limit per shot, or certainly if there's a referee, is there a time limit per shot in challenge matches or tournaments? Or is it
usually
tournament directed discretion?
It's tournament by tournament. Usually at amateur level, it's very rare to see any kind of shot clock or time limit. Yeah.
Yeah, in snooker, there's never a shot clock unless the tournament has a shot clock baked into the rules, which 2 or 3 tournaments do have that feature.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember watching the 100-minute rack
in the Crucible,
semi-final.
The longest frame in the history of the World Snooker Championship. It was incredible.
Yeah.
How those reds
just clustered,
congregated around the black.
Right.
Great camera view here, and you can see how the elbow is above the intervening ball there, the bridge elbow. And he was quite nicely balanced there.
Yeah, I think this is probably one of the big difference is in American pool, it's like you don't have to follow that strictly on the forms, just because the pockets have more leeways. You don't have to be that accurate on shots, so your elbows can be a little off, and you can be reaching. You don't have to.
Yeah, certainly in English pool, black ball, as it's called.
Yeah,
this is easy to make a foul here. And sometimes the bridge collapses on impact with a player, but that was very stable there. But yes, the table is more congested with English 8-ball, black ball, because there's less space. So players tend by default to have the bridge elbow floating above the bed of the table virtually every shot, just because many of the shots it's floating above the table to avoid a intervening ball.
Have to
the obstructive ball.
Find a way to get over the ball.
Yeah. But then they can import that into situations where they have the space to plant the elbow onto the table, and that can work against them because there's slightly less stability when the elbow is not anchored onto the table.
Yeah, they're on the green 6 ball right now.
Good test of cueing this, and also finding center cue ball, because the jaw of the cushion is in the way of viewing the pure center of the cue ball. So it's easy to get this wrong, but he's got a nice solid bridge hand there.
I don't think he was actually trying to make it. I don't know. It's hard to say.
The thing there is that maybe he was trying to place. Maybe he's trying to place 6 on the middle of the kitchen rail on that middle diamond. Because for the 6 to finish where it is on that middle diamond of the side rail, the white was never going to be on this bottom rail.
Right. Ooh, top left spin.
Is that the bottom rail?
This is, we call them the short rails.
Short rail, okay.
Yeah, short rails, and then if you have to say, then yes, this is the bottom rail because the foot spot is right there.
But that was a good pot because close to the cushion, that was
it's not easy.
Quite tight aperture.
Yeah, he added a lot of left English as well, but still not enough to make the 7. Yeah. Gus going for a safety. Can he find? Yeah, he got the cover.
I mean, this does pop. And if you can't do it, I mean, in snooker, they'd be looking to play with a lot of left English, cushion first,
to spinning to the 7.
hang in behind the 7, full ball contacts, send the 7 up the table. But I think you've got to play to pot this. I don't see a viable.
Oh, he can't see a lot.
Well, did he play the bank?
I think so. He caught a bank for sure. Yeah, the shot you just mentioned, pool players play that a lot as well. We call them kick and stick.
Yeah.
So it's a very valid way of, a common way to control the cue ball and find distance between the balls.
Yeah, although in pool it's harder to get the object ball safe. In snooker, as long as you get 3 or 4 meters between both balls, as long as you've kicked and sticked the cue ball on the cushion, it's pretty much safe.
Yeah.
But here, the object ball has got to be virtually in the center diamond of the bottom rail.
To be uncuttable. Right?
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's basically still.
And even then, it's still doubleable.
Yeah. Just like what Christian tried there, but Zach is nice shot.
So, judging that carom or cannon, as we would say, in snooker, is
we call them carom as well.
if you play English billiards, then you're generally much better at snooker players at doing that.
Nice
speed on that. It's easy to overhit those, but that showed calm under pressure.
Right. During the Rex, Nick mentioned he will be having a snooker clinic next weekend here at Ox. Nick, do you want to talk a bit more about it? How can people sign up if they're interested?
Well, yeah, we're doing a couple of days. One day at Ox on the Sunday, which is the 24th, and one day at Empire, the 23rd. So welcome to either player of either club, or a player could do both. And what we do, we have fun, we have a group training, and we cover the 5 main principles of all cue sports. So there's the mental side, the technique side, the cueing side, the potting side, and cue ball control. So we cover all of that in the day, have some fun, give everyone some principles and some skills, and we'll put the link up in a minute.
Yeah, that really sounds like a folk package. All you can ask for any cue sports, really.
Yeah, it's applicable to any. It will be on snooker tables, but many of the delegates on previous trainings I've done here have been pool players. And actually, in the UK, when I have pool players coming to visit me, I have a studio with a snooker table in it, and I generally suggest that they practice their pool skills in our lesson environment on the snooker table, because it magnifies errors. And sometimes I will use pool balls on the snooker table So it's half familiar, half unfamiliar. Half familiar with the balls, but magnified errors with the table size.
It's almost too magnified. Super magnified. Almost impossible to pot a ball.
Well, of course, with the balls bigger,
Yeah.
then it's even more magnified
Yeah,
because
yeah,
the pockets are
exactly.
relatively smaller.
Yeah, I totally agree. Here we have a lot of tournaments play on even smaller tables, on 7-foot tables. So
They're called
similar,
bar boxes,
yeah,
right?
Yeah. Bar tables, bar boxes, similar to the black ball. Ooh, he's lucky too. I think he's lucky too. I don't know. Can you still see the 3 ball?
I don't.
The
well, you
red
can't
is
pot
the
it.
3. Yeah, I don't think he can pot it. I doubt he can even see the edge of the 3.
Doesn't look like it. Well, no, you can't.
Oh, he's shooting that way. Yeah, he's well wedged between the 5 and the 10 ball. Nice hit.
He's trying an Efren Barter special there, I think.
Yeah, yeah. He's not far away from it.
No, that was
Yeah,
actually a
right?
very good effort.
Very good effort.
So now, what do we got?
So we got
So
3 ball, then 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
yeah, so just a small draw shot off the 3.
Right. 3 slides past the 6.
Bit
Okay.
too close to the cushion for comfort there.
Yeah, but he's okay with the angle. Yeah, he's on the 5 ball right now. The purple 5.
Yeah, just a stun run through, perhaps.
Or just float.
So-
Ooh, yep.
Yeah, the thing is, on the 6 there, then he's dead straight. Then he's got a huge draw shot.
Mhm.
If he just stun runs through 4 inches, he can
Hold the angle.
play the 6, stun off the kitchen rail, touch of left English perhaps,
Yeah.
and move to where the white ball is right now
Yeah.
for the 7 in the corner.
Yeah.
That would have been snooker player thinking to leave a
Right.
3/4 ball angle on the 6.
Right. Yeah, I think that's also a big difference is in snooker, even like in Chinese 8-ball, players tend to use much more stunt shots, either stun run through, stun draw a little bit.
Yeah, I would say also their resolution of
Speed control.
I call them pizza slices on the table. So in other words, what's the
Gotcha.
thinnest angle you can be on the 6 and still get position on the 7, and what's the thickest angle? Wow, I bet he
Wow.
couldn't do that again if he tried. And he's landed in the same position virtually.
Yeah.
That was unbelievable.
Yeah, but unfortunately,
I mean, some of the shots that happen in this game are just magic. But yeah, so the pizza slices. What's the line from the object ball to the cushion that represents the thinnest potting angle that you can have and still get position on the next ball? And what's the line that is the thickest possible angle on a pot? And those 2 lines form a pizza slice on
Yeah.
the table, let's say, the point of which is converging at the ghost ball position on the object ball. And so snooker players get punished viciously if they don't consider those
lines and
incoming
pies.
lines to the next
Right.
object ball, because it can equal end of break, because you can't lose position and then leave a ball like this.
Yeah.
It's 7 down the cushion.
You can draw.
In snooker, that's that's 3 out of 10 for a professional to pot that ball.
Right. Yeah, that's also the big difference. There is you get a lot of leeways to correct your position. If you get out of
Yes.
the line or even
Yeah.
on the wrong side, you can go around. You can use spin to help alter the line. So, I think some players are particularly strong in those strong like spin or recovery shots, we call them, that they really don't need to be that accurate on positioning.
Yeah, snooker players don't like recovery shots.
No.
Because the run is at risk.
Yeah. Every shot in snooker is so hard. You don't want to add extra difficulty to your shot. Oh, this one is 50-50.
So what do you think here? Screw into the right corner, leave the white in the middle of this, the middle diamond
rail,
of the
yeah.
bottom rail.
Yeah, he will definitely still attack this. Just pick a corner. It's literally almost just in between. So pick a side you like and just treat it as a normal shot.
I wonder actually if the left corner is an easier pot because it's closer to the pocket on that side, isn't it?
It is, just slightly, but everyone has a preferred cut.
Yeah.
So maybe for him, he likes that cut to the right. Or from his perspective, cut to the left.
Yeah.
But he still missed that one. And sometimes what I found is, like, for example, on that shot, if he meant to go for the bottom right corner, ooh, wow, I missed that one.
But quite a lot of head movement there.
Yeah.
And even with the 10 ball that close
Yeah.
to the corner pocket, you can't get away with it. The
Right.
game is so punishing. The margin of error is so small.
Yeah, just... Still thin cut in the cue ball.
So what was the distraction there?
I think
Somebody moved?
Somebody moved, or I think he's a little worried about the cue ball scratching.
Yeah, in this right-hand corner.
Yeah,
So
or
a touch of
sometimes
English, right English maybe.
or left. Like, you just have to make up his mind. Left English.
Or just hit it thin enough
Yeah, thin enough. Yep.
to make it impossible.
Right. All right. 4-2 versus 5-1. That one was a big rack.
Yeah, that was huge. And Gus will be sick to have missed that.
Right.
Because now if it's 4-3, all of a sudden the match is virtually all square.
Yeah,
And the
yeah.
pressure is on Gus's shoulders then. So that's the sort of shot where you feel it's such an injustice if you're not 5-1.
Right.
Should be 4 frames ahead, looking at
Yeah.
the winning line, not 2 frames, staring at 4-3.
Yeah. Especially if Christian can break and run here, then let's see. Christian has not been breaking for a while. Nice break.
Pretty full contact.
Yep, that's what you want. But does he have... Nope. Little unlucky there. Nothing dropped. Gus trying to find cover behind 8. Just a little too low on the cue ball. Oof. Slop
That
there.
was clever.
Yeah, but again, in 10 ball, you have to cut that pocket as well. So it will be a Gus option.
So you can put the white
No,
behind the tent. Ah, okay, sorry. Showing my ignorance as a snooker player.
yeah, you can do
Didn't know that was possible.
combo. Yeah, you just have to make sure you contact the lowest number
Yeah,
ball
got it.
first.
So right English stun for the 3 in the same middle.
Yeah.
Follow through for pink in opposite corner.
Mm-hmm.
And then stop shot, and then you've got the 6, of course.
The next one is 5. So sun went through for the pink 4 and.
Yeah. So if he leaves 3/4 ball.
Yeah.
On
the 4.
pink,
the pink 4.
he can cannon the 9 to leave the 5, can't he? So he's the wrong side of the. He's the wrong side of pink. Do you use the numbers or the colours?
We usually use numbers just because we are so used to, and also it's 10 ball, so we clear more about what is the lowest number ball on the table. So we usually call the numbers directly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's the wrong side.
Yeah.
Of the 4 should have been 3/4 there is where he should have been.
Yeah, that's why there's no use looking at that line now.
Yeah,
I think he's trying to draw and then
leave himself
a
more or less where he is.
Yeah.
But then he leaves a 1/4 ball on the 5.
Yeah, and it didn't get
and that's not, but of course you're scared of leaving the white behind the 9.
Right.
So it's so easy to underhit that.
Yep.
And now, does he just leave the 5 in the middle of the bottom rail?
And put
the white off 2 cushions in the middle of the kitchen rail?
I think he's doing the other way, so leaving the white.
Or is he playing
down.
a bank? No.
He's doing the other way, so leaving a white down there.
That's treacherous, but he has got away with it. I get what he's doing, playing for the snooker.
Yeah.
But that was.
Not the
that
best
was
effort.
dangerous.
That was dangerous.
That So that was a guaranteed scratch from that potting angle.
Yeah.
He had to stun that, but I get why he didn't want to, because you're digging down on the cue ball then, and it just makes it 5 times easier
harder
to make a mistake.
Oh yeah, yeah.
The brain wants it not to be a scratch angle.
Can't defy the physics there.
Yeah.
All right. With the natural angle. On the black 8 ball. Again, reaching.
Yeah, look at the forearm well forward of vertical, so that's why he's totally lost position. Because his forearm, his cueing arm, was at the finish position.
Yeah.
Because his hand was actually in his chest there, at the full follow-through position that you'd normally expect.
Right.
And that's why the 9 is now missable. But not a criticism, because if somebody has less confidence with
the bridge,
then you take the least worst option.
Yeah.
May need a touch of left to avoid the scratch in the middle. Didn't even play it.
Yeah. I don't mind it. I mean,
but he's left the bank.
Yeah, but
or forced him into the bank.
Yeah, basically. So it's always assessing the possibility.
I'd be terrified leaving it. I think I just.
You just go
you
for
are
it,
not having a chance, mate. Do you say mate in America? Or pal, or buddy, or what do you say?
What do you think, Zach?
I think accents saying mate sounds
cool.
Okay.
you got to have accent on that one, right? Otherwise, you're not allowed to say that. I don't know.
So this is middle of the bottom rail, white in the middle of the kitchen rail, or is he playing the double?
He's playing the double there.
Sorry, bank.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah. he was playing that with two-way shot mindset. So he was playing that with like a little. So he was expecting the tempo to be a little short, and then with that speed, and if he missed it well,
going to the
middle.
That's a bit slow, but yeah. Cushion first is sensible because the in-off in the corner is impossible. Play it that slow, you can't go on-off in the middle. And here we are. And here we are.
Yeah, 4-3.
Instead of 5-1, possibly 6-1.
Right.
Now it's 4-3. Virtually all square. One mistake, it's 4 each.
Yeah.
And then you're faced with having to climb the mountain of winning the match all over again. And that's one of the psychological hurdles that we need to get competent at. Is okay when we feel we've thrown away a lead. How do you mentally recover from that and reset to have gratitude that you're still in the match and have a chance of winning?
Yeah, exactly. The mind part of it is huge.
Yeah, it's like invisible shots, isn't it? But shots, mental shots. Bit thin on that, wasn't he?
Very thin. And he's punished.
And got punished,
little unlucky, but still, you definitely didn't want the cue ball to.
Yeah, so now.
It's still very awkward pattern.
Yeah, because that
green 6 ball is covered by the 7.
Yeah, that's horrific, isn't it? If they were reversed, it wouldn't be an issue, would it?
Yeah, exactly. So it is possible to use the 2 ball to open up by playing
very
on
dangerous
Karen.
though, because you got to get a 1/8 full contact.
Yeah.
You got to get a 1/8 contact off the 6, haven't you?
Yeah. Well, the good thing is, on pool table, the pockets are much bigger, so it's actually a very playable shot.
Yeah, and then you leave the 3, just a stun shot.
Exactly, just stop.
If
stun.
you want,
that's
what he played, he's gone in the middle.
Yeah, he wanted.
Both.
Definitely wanted to nudge off the 6. I think he got a little greedy there. That he also wanted the cue ball to get closer to the 3. So his mind was like, I want to hit just a tiny bit more to the left.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Yeah, the brain can do funny things when it wants something to be easier.
Yeah.
And the monkey mind can take over and hijack the shot.
All right. Left himself with some angle.
So then, do you leave the 4 in the side pocket, or no? You draw the cue ball to leave the 4 in the corner.
Yep, that's where to go.
And then 5's obvious, but then how do you get from 5 to 6?
Yeah.
You know, it's not as if you can push the 10 onto the 6 and 7 from potting the 5.
It's too risky.
There's no real way of doing that.
Yeah, Christian was looking at the position. He was putting the cue right at where his body is at right now. So he's trying to leave some angle and draw all the way back to the short side of the 6 and just play a safety from there, which is probably the best he can do. He is a little awkward here.
Yeah, he's the wrong angle there because
he wants to be either thinner, I think,
or thicker.
Yeah, or thicker. It chose to draw. It's still not the end of the world. He didn't scratch there, and then he won't get a dead safety right behind the 7. He can still kind of just do a containing safety.
That was definitely a risk though, to be that close to the pocket.
Yeah, that was. He was.
Well,
it's not too bad, right? It's containing, which is like you don't give a shot away, but
would have preferred to have the snooker, but
yeah.
But he can't really hit thin enough
to get past the 7.
Yeah, and to be meaningfully safe. It's going to be inside that first diamond. It's going to be somewhere between first diamond and corner pocket, isn't it? If he cuts it thin and puts the white up this end of the table off 2 or 3 cushions.
Yeah, I think he did it
and that's the
good
problem.
enough that it's not very
I think
potable.
he's covered it.
Yeah.
So do you swerve this and try and pot it?
I don't think so. If that's like just maybe 1 inch closer to the pocket, I might consider it.
Yeah.
But right now, even if you swerve and let's say you hit it perfectly, the cue ball still going
Where's the
away from
position?
it.
Yeah. You might end up behind the 8 anyway.
Yeah. So here,
Well, looks like he's lining up to do that.
yeah, he is.
Or is he jumping it?
I think he's jumping just a little bit because the 8 ball is covering the. Yeah, he was going for that cut. He was going for that edge for sure, and was hoping to at least make contact. Yeah, at there, I would almost argue to just shoot 2 rail and kick from the left side of the 6, the green ball, and then try to hit it as full as possible to knock the 6
that's where
away.
it's got to be.
Yeah.
Half ball on that on the 8.
But now,
So if he plays from here and comes 4 inches off the cushion to leave a 3/4 ball 7.
yeah, now the problem is the 9 ball. I think it goes past to the side.
Yeah, that'll go on the side. So as long as he's half ball on the 8,
He can
then
just go cross over to the left side.
automatic position. Bit thin that.
Yeah. Well, he had the angle. Just
Wanted to be a little bit thicker.
yeah,
Because just to make the pot
easier.
a bit easier.
Yeah.
Because this has got to be pocket weight now.
Yeah. He might also need to be.
What would you call that?
Oh, nice
okay.
shot.
So he's had to play. He was so thin that he had to play
back to
for the 9 in the corner.
I would. Yeah. Actually, he did it pretty well because the side pocket on the pool table is harder in most cases than because of the cut of the pocket. So I was a little worried about if you really go for the side pocket, then I have to be close and straight enough.
Yeah, the 8 was very missable though.
Yeah, that was a great shot on the 8 ball.
He will be the most relieved player in this room
I
at
know.
the moment.
Yeah. Otherwise, from 5-1 to 4-4.
He would have been fuming.
Yeah.
He might even have done an Earl and snapped the cue. And do you remember that when the commentary said, I think he slipped? He definitely slipped there. He didn't snap it on purpose.
No, he did.
That was the most blatant attempt at a cover-up, wasn't it?
Much more square hit. Oh. Good layout. You can see the 1 ball, have a shot. As long as you can get to those 3.
Yeah, but
Oh, I forgot he's
how do you
left-handed.
do that and avoid a snooker?
I think it's natural enough to just come into the line in between the 6 and 9.
Yeah.
But I forgot he's left-handed and it's really awkward for him.
Yeah, his chest's in the way a little bit. That
It's a little too thin.
what happens is
Oh, wow.
Yeah, what happens is that pocket pushes the body
Yeah.
over to the left-hand side, and the chest can then crowd the cue, and then you're cueing around a corner.
Yeah. It's very unstable and awkward position. for
So
sure.
now this is going to be a very good position. He's got all the room in the world there, but then the pot is not
it's
as
not
easy, is it?
Right. The 3.
But if he is half ball on that,
Uh-huh.
side cushion,
Yeah,
and then
yeah. Back to the middle,
4 in the
upper right.
4 in its corner.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, the pattern is there. It's just the 3 ball that he has to make. Yeah, it's looking at.
And if that's frozen, it can
It can
be
cause.
very demanding.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think he controlled it pretty well there.
Yeah.
Bridge is not hampered either. The 6. I don't think the 6. Yeah. All right. Just need to bear down. Nice shot. Oof. A little too hard or too soft. Oh, he's okay.
Yeah, was that a little bit greedy at the risk of
Getting too close.
getting too close?
Yeah, I would argue that. I would go for hitting the other side of the side pocket and just leave some distance.
Still
but
2 cushions, but
Yeah.
leave it 3 feet away.
yeah,
You're a good player.
yeah. But that could be his choice, or could be just the fact that he was so focused on making that shot and then make sure he's not losing the acceleration that he just didn't hit exactly where he wanted to be on the cue ball. You know, just lower than he intended, tip position wise. And right now the cue ball didn't run enough. I don't think so. Probably have to swing the cue ball around. Oh, you can't see that. I was fooled by the camera angle.
Yeah, not hard enough. He's left that 15 inches short, hasn't he?
Yeah, it's
to be
been like
foolproof.
that. Yeah.
Because now, how do you actually
Swing
get
up.
on the 7 here? If you a deep screw so he's looking at coming around this end of the table. Deep screw, side rail, first left-hand diamond of the kitchen rail, and leave the white ball in the middle of the kitchen line.
I think it's pretty natural to go topspin. The line is there.
No,
But
he's played.
Yeah, he's going for
Again,
a
does
longer
that show
route.
A
No.
little bit of lack of confidence at getting position, or leaving the long 7 into this corner pocket?
Yeah, one thing is that this cloth on this table is pretty fast.
Yeah.
So with the angle he had on 6,
Yeah.
it'll be not so natural.
Difficult to hold it.
Yes.
Yeah.
So he'll have to kind of like do a very timid stroke, cause some other problems. So a lot of players would rather just have the cue ball run extra rails to ensure the potting.
Yeah. Although the snooker player will think that white ball is travelling more distance, more mileage is more risk.
Little too thing. Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Yeah, I do apologise to the viewers because I'd read that as best of 11.
Best, right.
'Cause in snooker
Yeah,
we
it's
only
usually
ever
best.
have best of 11. So
yeah.
yeah, just a little bit of head movement as Gus hit the ball there. So, and under pressure especially, that can come to haunt you. See that? Just that slight lift, and what happens is under pressure it can exaggerate a little bit.
Yeah, it caused the timing. In pool, we like to say timing a lot. And I think the timing is important because you have those movements. So you have to lift your head at the exact time that you need it to be.
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
So I'm going to sign off now, gentlemen. Thank you very much for the invite.
Yeah, thank you,
for
Nick.
welcoming me so warmly. And we look forward to meeting again.
Yeah, sounds good. Thank you.
Might be on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
All right, Nick Barrows stepping out of the booth. Zach, that's me. I'm back in with Shu Chang. Players are taking a player break for the moment, but pretty exciting match so far. A lot of sort of back and forth. I feel like Gus gave up a couple, and so did Christian. And here we are at 6-3.
Yeah, for sure. We just saw like two very big momentums when Gus could have been 5-1 up and gave up 2, become 4-3, and Christian had a chance to get to 4-4, even 5-4. But the last two, Christian kind of gave it away back to Gus.
Yeah, so if you are interested in joining any of the snooker clinics coming up that Nick will be hosting, please feel free to check out the website that we've linked in the chat. It'll be hosted at Empire Billiards on Saturday, May 23rd, so next weekend, and then Ox Billiards Sunday, May 24th. I believe Empire Billiards is located in Bellevue.
Yeah, Bellevue, Redmond, in between.
So it looks like it's going to be pretty much like a 6-hour clinic. As Nick mentioned earlier, working on a lot of fundamentals. So yeah, if you're looking to improve your game, certainly check it out. Want to shout out Thunderbird Tavern for streaming this match in their bar. Really appreciate the support. Go ahead and check out that bar as well. They do host weekly tournaments.
Mm-hmm.
I think pretty much every day.
Really? Oh, I didn't know that. But
Yeah, I know they do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday for sure.
Oh, wow.
And they also have a Saturday tournament. So if you're ever in the Ballard area, go ahead and check out Thunderbird.
yeah, I remember I've been to a couple of Saturday ones. It's a nice, cool bar near Fremont, Ballard area.
Yeah, and they used to have 2 tables, but now they have 3. So tournaments run a little bit quicker.
Gus is back. Players are swagging their apparels today. And Christian wearing his German
soccer jersey.
yeah.
And Gus
Nation
looks like
pride.
he's going to go hang out at the beach after.
Yeah.
I like it though. 2 different styles. Yeah, I really think the biggest difference in this match so far is just Christian is making a couple mistakes that have enabled Gus to run out. So I think if he can shore up maybe some safeties, force an error from Gus, get back in the match.
Right. Even if just not giving up racks or chances that you got, just like the last rack. Of course, Gus missed a couple ones too, but that is when you can really get your advantage if you are catching all those chances while your opponent made a couple mistakes. And
Quick pan around
pan
the
around.
club here.
yeah,
Got some
pretty-
members
Oh, Francis
doing some
there.
practice. Yeah, Francis is there.
Yeah.
And Mason.
Mason playing. We saw Clay Belvoir and Jeff came in earlier as well. They're playing a snooker there. All right, back to the action.
Yeah, rack number 10 here. I feel if Gus wins this rack, he'll have kind of a commanding lead.
Yeah.
This is kind of really a big rack here for Chris.
Ooh, wow, the cue ball just bent away from scratch and find the others.
Here's the opportunity.
Yeah, and really, it's probably one of the most scattered pattern for the last couple racks.
Yeah, so he makes this one. He's going to have to find this window between the 9-10 and the 5, I think, barely goes by the 9 here in the lower left. Kind of difficult to tell.
I think it goes, and I think Christian is, yeah, he's looking at the spot, and then I bet he's gonna put some left English. Ideally, using the 9 ball to stop the cue ball, even. That will push away the 9 ball, clear out a pathway for the 5. But this shot is the most important to start off. Yeah, not hard enough.
Yeah, it needed a little more spin wheels.
Yeah. You just can't let go of those chances that easily, but at the same time,
Pretty good attempt there to flick
Yeah.
that 2 off the 4, but now he's left a dead open 2.
3 ball, well, okay, it's pretty natural to go for 3 ball to the upper left corner. Here the upper right corner, just have the cue ball come across 1 rail or 2 rail. Nice. Just don't want to be on the rail. It's good enough. Can do a stun shot, or you can just go for the pocket. Yeah, nice, smart move. Just you don't have to hold it for the side pocket. However, he wanted to be straight, or ideally a little bit back cut on the floor. Now he's forced to take this angle and maybe have to use the tempo to stop the cue ball. Weird things could happen. He's drawing. Maybe use the 8 ball. Ooh, weird things could happen. Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost like the bottom kind of took an extra like boost off of the 8.
Yeah. And I think the 8 ball cost a little bit more extra side spin to the cue ball as well. Alright, very good split shot though.
Yeah, Chris might be able to catch this rail first, kind of sticking the cue ball.
Yeah.
He's calling the corner just for insurance.
Yeah, not sure how deep he can dig this cue ball into the 6. Yeah.
Yeah, there's barely enough of a gap, but because he's also spinning, I feel like it's kind of difficult to freeze the cue ball. Like the cue ball might run just a little bit because you're kind of spinning around the 7.
The risk there is, he's calling the right side. Oh yeah, because he's gonna kick the 6, ideally full. So yeah. That's the wow.
I feel like there's some bad luck in play here too.
Definitely.
Like, how do you not only make decent contact, but then you scratch, and now suddenly the 6, 7, 8 becomes a really good line. Yeah.
Yeah, that's unfortunate there. If you have to say, then I think he hit just a tiny bit too hard there, so the spin wasn't taking effect immediately. Ooh, oh, that's okay. Yeah, definitely wanted the cue ball to run more. Yeah, it's awkward because naturally, if you want to hold it, I've missed this shot like countless times just because I want to hold a cue ball, so I just hit it slightly too thick. But he did better than I did. It was a little thick, but he still made it.
Write that down.
Yeah. That was pretty nice recovery by Gus. Still have to bear down. This shot is not a because I saw what he wanted to do. That with that angle, you don't want to risk if you don't want to risk scratching in the side, then having some left English is the way to go. But with the way he was hitting it, he just introduced a little bit more uncertain throw or deflection with the strong side spin there. All right, Christian, this is a chance to get your momentum back. A shot.
Landed nicely, good enough space off the rail.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
the psych out.
It's like the baseball swing.
Yeah, little check swing there.
Okay.
Way to stand back up. Make sure that you're seeing the line correctly.
6-4 there. That's the second time Gus kind of gave up is seemingly what could have been in his pocket rack. First time was when he was up 4-1.
Mm-hmm. And then the
second
10 ball in the corner that he missed.
Yeah, that was the rack.
Oh, to make it go 4-2. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a part of what makes these longer races interesting. Just this sort of slightest moment of not focusing, and suddenly your opponent's making a comeback.
Yeah. All of those misses and score swings are really causing some effects to our mind games, to our actual games.
Okay, a push shot here from Gus. Wanting to make the 8 a little bit awkward, but didn't quite tie it up.
Yeah, but the one ball is still just no way to go. Alright, Christian giving it back. Gus not really, he knows what to do. Just get down and try to, oh, I see.
Almost got there.
Yeah, almost got there. But he gave up a shot, I believe. Can Christian is drawing? If he's drawing, then that means he's pretty confident right now. Nice, and overdraw it, of course. It's so easy to overdraw that one because you don't want to get behind a 4.
Mm-hmm.
And now you have to take your chances to run into the 3.
I think, too, he had some room to play with on this cut on the 2. So, like you were saying, you don't want to baby it, end up behind the 4.
Yeah.
Just for the sake of giving yourself a
chance.
better angle.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. I don't think he has a pocket for the 3. Other than top right, maybe.
Do you think he entertains this 3-6? Is it too risky?
Yeah, it's too risky.
Because then the 3 can sort of get locked onto the rail.
And there's no guarantee where the cue ball is gonna be. It's so thin of a cut for being right there. You know, there are just too many disadvantages.
Yeah, too many variables.
Yeah. Uncontrollables. If you're really going for attack, I would rather just go for a cut on the top right corner. That way, at least you get a clear path for the cue ball.
What do you think of a straight bank, the 3 up, back
And
down,
down.
and you send the cue ball to the short rail at the top?
Yeah,
Is that just too much movement?
it's not, but I think the angle here is a little awkward because if you really want the 3 to come up and down perfectly, then the cue ball is kind of going towards the 6. Or at least like after the rail, you're not going behind the 5. So it's really, you will have to either sacrifice by hitting the 3 a little bit fuller and risk the 3 coming back and closer to the lower left pocket, or you have to use some kind of spin to alter. I think he's doing your shot. Let's see. He's doing. How's he doing? Had he caught it? That would be pretty genius if he really wanted that. Yeah, I think that's what happened. Right there is he really wanted to put the cue ball down or up table, That's why he wasn't cutting the 3 as much. Ooh. That's the magic of Ox Rasan table.
Ox pocket. Yeah, I think he left just a thin enough hit here on the 3.
Yep. Still not too natural. Yeah, he's aiming with low to stun over. Maybe side pocket, nothing wrong with that. Oh, he's going for 2 rows. Yeah, I think he's... The only reason I don't like this shot is because if you're in this position, then you really have to dodge the scratch there, which I think you can naturally do, but you're still getting close. Alright, he's done it pretty well. Perfect. Yeah, he's on a good line. He can draw back, he can even just stop the cue ball there and go for a short side on the 8. Just need to make up your mind.
Do you try bumping the 8 off the rail a little bit more, or you just leave it unscathed?
I don't think you have to. That just because if you bump it, then what if it bumps right into the 9 and freeze them together? Yeah, I think he's fine right there. 9 ball is not right at the side pocket that you have to be extra careful. As long as you can get to it either straight or maybe a 10-degree-ish angle to either just coming to as straight as possible. It's fine. Because I think the 9 passes the 10, so you can just stop it right there.
Yeah, this is one of those circumstances where leaving yourself perfectly straight isn't a burden.
Yeah, it's still not ideal, but you'd rather to make sure you have a better chance of making an 8 than trying to risk too much just for the sake of a good position. He's got perfectly straight. Is he gonna hold it or go to the short side? He's gonna hold it. Nice.
Just breezed
Yeah.
that ledge there.
Yeah, yeah. All right. With this 10 ball, it's gonna be 6 to 5.
I guess if this was a best of 11, it would be over. But we will continue onward.
They would just play another best of 11.
It's the same score.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you all for joining us this evening. If you're new to the channel, hit the like, hit the subscribe, ring the bell as well to be notified when we go live. Having another live stream here next week between Brian Chia and Hui Huyn.
Ooh, that would be a good match too.
Should be pretty good. Not sure if they decided on 9 ball or 10 ball yet. I have to check my notes, but yeah, I'll be posting about that one next week.
Christian's break has not found a very good break yet. Yeah, his cue ball has been off to the side a bit more often.
Well, found the 3 in the corner.
Yep.
Opener on the 1. Navigating between the 5-9, maybe.
That's little too much, especially the cue ball on the rail.
Yeah, I mean, like,
there's
it's
no
like,
other
where do you go, though?
Yeah.
If you go left, you're seeking traffic
Yeah.
with the 7-8-10.
I always like to look for the natural path first.
Mm-hmm.
To me, the natural path actually is coming down onto the 8 ball for the cue ball if you hit it just the right thickness. He's not looking at attacking at all.
Yeah, wants that. Yep, right
Yeah,
down there.
You know, he kind of didn't give up a shot. Like the last one, as long as the cue ball can get past the 9 and then hit right onto the 8, that almost like opens up everything. But of course, the risk is huge there too. Nothing wrong with what he tried to do for safety. He's hitting cue ball, splitting.
Yeah, didn't quite get the hide that he wanted.
No. Two-way shot. Can bang to the side and yeah.
Yeah, bank to the side. Maybe play a little bit of left on the cue.
Yeah. Priority is to make sure the cue ball comes down table. It's a little awkward. Yeah, I like that speed. This is just to make sure that the cue ball comes behind the 2 and 10. You're definitely sacrificing the actual, like, you're not really making the 1 ball to the bank, but good prioritization. Alright, Gus is not pulling out jump cue. He's going for a kick. Oof. How is the cue ball? Alright. Still not easy. Shot is as good as you could hope for. Yeah, just a little too straight. Oof. Sneaky. I think he's definitely going for that safety. Right now is the point where luck could be a great factor.
Mm-hmm.
Because Christian is being patient and like not attacking prematurely, but okay, I think the paying off. Is the angle good enough?
Yeah, getting rewarded for his efforts here. Potentially able to draw this
Potentially
to the
yeah.
bottom right.
Yeah.
Wants to avoid that side pocket scratch.
Yeah,
I feel like you really have to dig in, like, right? Like bottom, like 4 o'clock maybe.
Yeah, digging, and also not hard, but just like a lot of back rotation.
Mm-hmm.
The only reason I didn't like to play so much safety on the 1 ball yet is just because you really like there are not many places on the table for the 1 ball to be that you can get it back to the 2 ball that easily. So he did it pretty well right there. Just make sure to spin and not scratch there. And just like right now, I would rather to make the last 1 ball and then do safety on the 2 ball. That way, once like you get a ball in hand or even Gus kick or make contact with the 2, you get a better chance of running out the table. So right now, you just need to have another good safety. Yeah, trying to use the 10-8-7 cluster. Pretty good.
Using every ball at this end of the table.
yeah. Ideally, he wanted to use the 10, but that's a little risky, especially he was using the bridge. It's Gus.
I think we're going to see him jump this time.
Yeah, this time. All right.
Yeah, I feel like more often than not, Gus will jump when there's an open pocket. But if there's not, then he prefers the kick. It is more controllable.
Yeah. This one, ooh, look at that.
But
Look
lasered
at
that. Gets pretty good position for the 4, too.
Yeah. Nudged off the 5, but the cue ball went perfectly, like back and forth a couple times, too.
It's like the secret sauce, you know.
Yeah,
you only want to let the people know when it's imperative.
Little too much insight. I wanted to stay on the upper right part of the table for the cue ball. Still makeable to the bottom left rail. Bottom left corner. Good shot. Getting overreaching a little bit, but good draw there. Almost perfect. Now don't overthink. Just yeah, it's easy to overthink and leave yourself with a weird angle on a ball. Yes, going for a soft rolling shot. Okay, he's going for the other side. Stun or draw. Draw, okay. Pretty good. Set up the angle for 2 rail. Oh, a little too hard.
Or not. Wow.
Well, the cue ball rolled on the perfect line to the 10, right?
That's true.
Yeah.
To your credit, it did look like it was going to be a little too hot
Yeah.
for a second. But Gus lands nicely on the 10. Finishes the rack out.
That is why you play the line. That is a big rack for Zach. It feels like
it's a big rack for me.
Oh, sorry, for Gus.
Gone.
No,
No, go ahead. Yeah, it is a big rack for Gus. Yeah,
it's like I think Christian has. It's the second time that Christian was able to actually close the gap and then even it out, and Zach. Gus just pulled it away just a little bit more.
I'm glad that you think that my skill is the equivalent to what Gus is doing here, but I'm humbled.
Yeah. He reminded me of you.
All right.
You can't blame me.
All right, rack number 13 here.
Good break, but How about the 4 rail, the 7?
5 decided to hide on the 1. So yeah, Gus's breaks have been a bit stronger than Christian's, but this is just a little bit unfortunate here. No opener. Contemplating the jump.
He's gonna push. He's gonna push it just a tiny bit more to the side. Oh.
Yeah. We are all familiar with that.
Is that a move? The frustration.
Yeah.
Just to fake it out. Yeah, I understand. You just want to tap the cue ball. Need some left spin on the cue ball. Not too bad.
Yeah, just maybe 1.5 or 1 full rotation, a little too much. Doesn't have as good of an angle on the 2. So probably looking to play safe here.
Yeah, looking like he's not attacking. I really don't want to give up the table, but that's the right call there with such a high probable safety shot there.
So he did leave the jump 2 into the corner. Cue ball has a lot of balls to navigate though after contact here.
Ooh.
3 in the corner.
Interesting. This 2-3 combo is not easy to control. Let's see. Because as far as I remember, the path towards that corner has a little bit of table roll. Is he gonna hit it? Okay, that's decent enough speed. Oh, I think it was definitely playing for that.
Yeah, and if not, he played it on the side of caution too. I mean, if the 2 just stays there, he's still pretty good shape.
Yeah, or I should say like prepared for both to drop. Nicely done.
All right, so earlier, I think we've only had 1 prediction in the chat from
11-7.
Mr. James.
Yeah.
Said 11-7 Gus. Anyone else tuning in, let us know if you've got any predictions on the score.
Right now it's heading towards a close scoreline. Is he a little awkward there? I think it's fine. He just need to stun over instead of trying to draw back. Yeah, stun over. Good angle as well for this one. Nice. All right. Yeah, a little awkward position for a right-hander, but should be a shot that you practiced enough, hopefully.
Yeah, good out there from Christian. Narrowing the gap now. 6-7. He can figure out his break. Might give him a slight edge in this comeback.
Yeah, looks like Christian is definitely finding his game. He's doing patient safeties in early games, and his shots and strokes are getting more stable, looks like, compared to from the very beginning.
Moved his cue ball break position a little bit here, hoping maybe to create a little bit more angle with the balls coming out.
Yeah, last couple of times his cue ball was cutting to his right. Yeah, this time as well. But let's see, the 7 and a 3 and an open shot on one ball.
Yeah, the 2 landed pretty nice. Has an open window between the 4-6. 4 goes in the top right corner.
Yeah, but 2 to the 4 is still hard. It's hard to really land on a perfect angle to be able to get 2 to 4 to the top right.
Yeah, especially with the angle from the 1 to the 2.
Yeah,
right. So that kind of
cube on the rail, like it's hard to.
I feel like this open position kind of dictates the next 2.
Let's see if he tries to hit the 8 or just get past the 8 on the right. Try that. Nah,
he's not gonna like this.
Yeah, he was definitely aiming for maybe the 3rd diamond on the long rail over there. But he like, you just need some right English. But again, his cue ball was right on the rail. That it's very understandable. All right. Now the worst thing that could happen is the 2 ball. You hit the 2 ball too full, or in a way that it opens up the 4 and 5. Okay, it did it. As long as it didn't, it's still not too bad.
Yeah, left it a little bit awkward, but I think if Gus can bump the 8 out,
Right.
it's probably the best
Yeah,
leave he can get here.
very natural to use the left side of the 8. Ooh, missed that 8 ball. It missed the 10. Not the end of the world.
Yeah, interestingly, if he did not bump the 10 on his way out, he might have actually got pretty good position.
Yeah, exactly. Right now, the combo is not completely. I don't think he's was going for that. Yeah, he's going for safety.
Looking for the kick here.
Need to dig the cue ball deep into the 2. Sorry, into the 4. He's mussing a little bit as well.
Yeah, this is actually going to throw the cue ball up table.
Yeah. Still not enough. How is the force gonna land?
It might slide by the 5.
Yeah.
But then if you barely nudge the 5,
Yeah.
it might get corner hooked just on the outside of it.
Yeah, on the right side, or on the lower side, right, from here. If the angles, I might even choose to like stop the cue ball, hit it full, and the 4 will hit. Just carry him off the 5, just so that I have a little bit more authority or a little bit more confidence into hitting this shot. Because it's just so easy to try to dodge the 5 to a point that you miss the other side, and then yeah. All right, let's see, Zach. Gus. Ah! All right, he didn't take too much. It didn't bother him as much as we thought it would be. Yeah.
It looks like he's just going to settle for taking the 6 in the bottom right.
Yeah, I think that's the right play, because it's naturally leading to the 8 to rail. I would have drawn a little bit more, but it's definitely workable here. Let's be careful for the left side pocket. Left side pocket.
Left side pocket. I've been seeing this scratch happen so much more often. Where it comes off the short rail and you scratch on the side.
Yeah. That's why I used to play those shots just the way he did, which is like, make sure you have some angle, and as long as you're not perfectly straight, you're fine. But in fact, the thing with that shot was, if you had more angle, you just need to focus more on making a shot, because the cue ball will have more angle going to the left, and like you just don't have to worry about that side pocket.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
But again, it's just, to the end of the day, it's a little unlucky for Gus, but it's always there. As you said, like I
Oh no.
missed a ball in hand.
Well, on Monday I missed a ball in hand and I lost the rack, so deservedly. So yeah, it's extremely painful when you want the optimal leave for your next shot, and you overthink where you're positioning the cue ball to begin that run. Yeah. And you just do that.
Rail first, but
you need some more zip on that. Yeah.
It's still workable. If the cue ball were completely on the rail, then it's much harder. Now may have to still take a long shot on the 10 ball, just so that you're not messing around with the side pocket. Yeah. It's okay. Just bear down. Nice.
Yeah, so big mistake from Christian there. Could have been 7-7. It's 8-6 now. Gus just 3 away from the win.
It's always been this rhythm that whenever Christian is almost there, like evening the score.
Gus just pulls away?
Yeah, yeah. And whenever Gus is going to pull away
even
more
further
than 3, and he gave it back to Christian. Zigzag game.
Yeah, Francis is over there slipping them $5 bills to get this game hill.
Yeah. Just like her own games. $500.
500. We terminate the stream right now. Oh no, the lights have gone out.
Yeah, mysterious hard disk corrosion. I remember Christian, when I first met Christian in like an APA league, he was talking about like their team has some rules for missing ball in hand?
Oh yeah, it's sort of a thing that's been growing amongst the APA. I first heard it from Kerry Ombo, but we call
Yeah.
it BIMS, ball in hand missed shot. And so any time that you commit a BIMS, you pay your skill level into a money pot. And then at the end of the session, you have like a barbecue or you have like a little party with your team. And so
Yeah.
you're all kind of actively contributing money to this pot over time.
Yeah.
When I first became an 8, there was numerous times where I get ball in hand and I'm thinking too much about the leave and I like rattle a pocket and I'm like, well, all right, that's $8. But a 2 can miss ball in hand, 4 times.
Yeah,
and
yeah. The moment you said about like the amount of your skill level, I started to think, okay, then who would eventually contribute more?
It's brutal. Yeah. I think in that session I contributed like $32 because I missed it like 6 times. But yeah, yep. And then you're thinking about the BIMs too, so it's a little bit of
Extra pressure.
extra psychological thing occurring.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gus breaking from the rail. This is also the preferred break style of Dan Louis.
Let's see.
I feel like you get a little bit more leverage.
That way on the rail, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
However, dry break.
Yeah, Gus has been hitting the rack more square, but I think he just hit it so constantly from that specific angle that just neither second row balls are going to the pocket.
Hey, my dad's in the chat. Hello.
Oh. Hey, Mr. Ross.
Thank you for joining. Pretty late game here, but still very close. I feel like Chris definitely needs to get to 7
Right.
before Gus gets to 9.
Yeah, this could be a big point. Deciding to go for a stun follow. Oof, yeah, that's the risk. Would have been. Oh, what about that? Yep,
Yeah.
tapping the table, saying that's on purpose.
Barely got away with this one, but he wanted to be there on the 2, so
Yeah.
you don't have to really apologize when your intention is to get the leave you want.
I think Gus have to spin a little bit. No, too little.
All right, hit the rail.
Yeah. Yeah, good work. Shout out to Zach for continuing to bring us those high quality streams from Ox.
Yeah, it's always a good time. I know the players enjoy it. I know they enjoy being able to look back at the tape and kind of see how their games played out, which scenarios they would change, if they had the chance again.
Right. So it's very, very, very valuable to be able to watch it back. Like even just watch how you do, either good or bad.
Yeah, regardless of whatever gibberish comes out of my
Yeah,
mouth
yeah.
sometimes.
Not
yeah.
to mention you get great analysis. Oh, look at that. He needed that.
Yeah, a little flick off the 9 for some
Yeah,
help
yeah.
there.
Just a 8-inch pocket right there.
Now, the big question is this 5.
I think it goes to the top left right now.
Mm-hmm.
So, but he will have to really kind of soft, like cue the cue ball, or I think he's spinning into it. Yeah, not a bad decision, because it's always flimsy to try to do that drag, slow kill shot.
Mm-hmm.
But this one, you're risking not having a shot or not having a as easy shot.
Yeah, he left a pretty decent angle here.
Yeah, pretty decent angle. Just need to make sure you either get past 8 or run into 8. I think right now get past 8 is the most natural way to go. Yeah, he chose to run into the 8, which is very understandable, but it's just that's just the extra amount of work that caused you to, because it's already a very demanding shot, accuracy-wise. But I understand that decision a lot, because if you just go for a pot, and the cue will go back and forth, it could just well be behind 8 ball, and you still don't have a shot. So sometimes I do that myself too, sacrifice the potting just because I want to ensure the positioning. All right, Gus did a very good think cut safety. That safety right there was a really handy shot to have in your arsenal. Just happens a lot, and it makes a huge difference if you could control both balls. So instead of just a containing safety, like right there, you have the 6 ball to have a full snooker.
Yeah, and unfortunately, he did not lock the 6 up to the 5, so 5 goes by.
Yeah.
It was the right idea. Okay, no bims for Gus.
Alright, have to back enough. I think he did. Pretty ideal.
Landed
a little bit
little
awkward.
weird here.
Yeah.
So he may have to accept rolling this and playing short side on the 9. Which is, ugh.
It's gonna be so close to 9 ball either way.
Yeah. Maybe run it and just bump it a little? I don't know.
Yeah, I would go for.
Oh, wow.
Okay, he was able to generate.
That was pretty slick.
Yeah. Yeah, so I have been practicing myself that kind of shot, which like you just have to use long swings and generate enough speed for the cue ball to stun out from a very small angle. But otherwise, I would just go for a gamble there, running to the 9 to see what will happen. All right. Nice safety from Gus. And a slight mistake from Christian to didn't lock up.
Yeah, if you have a strong safety game, definitely enables you an opportunity to steal a rack from your opponent. So anyone out there needing to learn a thing or two, definitely take a look at how these players approach safeties and when to utilize them.
Yeah, I genuinely think that both players are really good at decision making, and making like quick, reasonable decisions. most of the times, if anything goes wrong, that's more or less on the execution level. Oof! Wow, look at that cue ball. No, well, this time, at least it's not a drive break.
I believe these pockets are 4 1/4
4
and like 3/8 maybe or something.
Yeah,
It's not quite 4 1/2. It's a little bit
Yeah.
tighter than that.
yeah, but not like depending on where you're measuring, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe at the entrance, it's a little bit more than 4, close to 4.5.
I should probably know this. But push out here from Gus.
Yeah. Oh, I don't think he
Left the window.
yeah. Left a straight up shot. I wasn't sure what he was trying to do. Was he trying to put the cue ball on the rail?
Oh, I see. Maybe freeze it. Well,
Yeah.
but then you don't really have a look at the one.
Well, no, just like still have the same look, but just the cue ball on the rail. Because right now, Christian can cue low and pull the cue ball back.
Mm-hmm.
Versus if the cue ball were on the rail, then maybe Christian wouldn't try to attack. Yeah, like right now, he can just comfortably cue low. All right. Didn't get ideal position on the 2, which Christian could definitely use at this high pressure moment. Yeah, it's a considerable angle, and he's reaching over. It's not the end of the day because the cue ball, you can just like hit low and yeah, just like that. And I think he held it almost too well. Yeah, now he's on the other side of the 3.
Yeah, wanted the cue ball to run just a little bit more.
Yeah, he was afraid of like running too much, but because the last shot had a lot of angle, but he held the cue ball really well. Still doable. Just make it first if you're going for attack. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Had the cue ball run just maybe 1 rotation more,
Mm-hmm.
it's still very doable for the cue ball to go 1 rail to the other side, to the right side, and hit the 4 to the left side pocket. Right now, let's see. Would you want to risk to use left spin on this already not so easy shot? I feel like you almost have to. Yeah, he's going for the left spin. Look at that, nice shot. How about the leaf? Not the worst, not the worst. This angle is natural enough that the cue ball will run away, but as long as you're not treetop in front of the 10 ball, should be pretty natural. It's about very short pullback. Okay, it's good enough. And this is the shot, like experience-wise, this is the shot that a lot of players will miss. Just because you feel like you're almost out of the woods. And like the bridge
I
in
can
there.
see it now.
Yeah.
I'm on the table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're telling yourself, oh, okay, I'm almost out of woods as long as I can make this. Yeah, did well there. And you can feel your heart like beating quicker.
Mhm.
That's a good rack. Like, yeah.
Especially when you've already come up with some really good shots
Right.
to progress your way through the rack, and
Yeah.
then suddenly these easier ones seem more daunting because you know you're nearing the end.
Yeah.
And like this, like just slightly ran away.
Yeah. I think angle-wise, it's still natural enough
Mm-hmm.
for you to stroke it out to go for even for the side pocket. Just have to make sure that you're swinging it smooth enough to not bobble the 8. Oof. use the
Don't want to be
thing
stuck
side.
on the rail.
Yeah, that's the worst.
Mm.
Wow. And the angle is just awkward enough to, yeah, it's going for the side, but the angle is just awkward enough that the cue ball is gonna probably hit about the first diamond, but you will have to take a back cut on the 10 ball. Unless...
I mean, you called it. Landed right on that first diamond.
Yeah. But, unless like you hit it with just enough speed or spin that it came out to a pretty good position. So need to bear down for the last shot for this rack. Nice. Good rack for Christian. That was a big one and very nicely executed.
Yeah, I mean, it was huge. You either have Gus going on the hill
Yeah.
or it needing to come back 5.
Yeah. Well, as we said, like Gus couldn't get lead more than 3.
Mm-hmm.
That was the pattern. So
Right. It's in the
it's
contract.
deemed, yeah. It's condition triggered.
Yeah. That is kind of funny.
Yeah. But I can tell from Christian's like last rack, he made those decisions like on the 1 ball. He was making sure he didn't shy away from the draw.
Mhm.
Then he got a little too much angle from the 2, and he was making sure the cue ball, don't underdraw. And then he got a little too much angle on the 3. Yeah, and just make a decision to try to use a harder spin shot to pull himself back to the position, and multiple correction shots after that. But yeah, that was alright. That was a nice rack. Okay.
Yeah, 3 lands in the bottom right corner.
Yeah.
No opener on the 1 here. He is
Yeah.
going to push, but what kind of
Where?
push do you like here? Maybe tying up the 8 to the 4? I don't know.
He's looking at near the corner, almost like a daring you shooting area. Yeah, I don't like that, but at the same time, there's not much else. Yeah, and he pushed it too hard. Just a little too hard. Because the difference between the cue ball on the rail versus like right now, it's night and day. Gus
Mhm.
can try to make it and like even put some right on the cue ball to make sure it's coming back. Ooh, look at that. Oh, wow.
Well, they got on the 2.
Yeah. And the fact that the 1 ball is so deep in the pocket make it almost impossible to make contact and like cue ball not scratch or anything.
Yeah, I mean,
Wow.
what's the path here to that 1? I mean,
Like even if you can find a path, it's hard to
Yeah.
find a path out, right?
mhm.
Yeah, I think now is the time to maybe consider tying up some other balls. Where he's aiming at? He's aiming at 3 rail. But up, down, up. Oh, nice 1 rail. Yeah, he's also going for... Yeah, I guess just need to spin past that 7. I wouldn't try to hit low. Yeah, I would bring it closer just like that. I really don't want to hit low. Okay, he's going for... I would just bring it close to the 1 ball that the tangent line naturally goes into the rail in an angle that it will come out and go past the 7. That's why I don't like the low.
Yeah, you hit the 7-2 full. If you hit it on
Yeah.
either thin side, then it can deflect out of the way, but
Yeah.
when you run right into the face of it.
I think he got away with it. I think the way he's looking, the body language shows that he can make the 2. But that was so close. Yeah. Oh, okay. He was using left English, so probably he was a little hampered. Let's see. Didn't leave anything. I mean, intuitively, just without too much thinking, just bring the 2 ball straight down, and use the 9 for 8 as a ball. It's also possible to call for a 2-way, to bank the 2 to the bottom right corner, giving that you are not hitting the 9. Like, as long as you can make sure that the 2, you don't hit the 2 thin enough to hit the 9.
Mm-hmm.
He's hitting with right spin, probably giving, using the 4. Yeah, that's the risk there. It's not a bad idea, but
Just need to hit the 2 a little thinner,
yeah,
right?
just a little thinner or a little harder.
Mhm.
Either way, like right now, because the reason I don't like this shot is if you well, I was gonna say if you leave it, it's gonna be the 2 is gonna be close to the 4, and your opponent wouldn't need too much movement for cue ball to get from 2 to the 4. Now that Gus missed that 2. Okay. It's the typical draw or top spin position. Chose to stun out. Not ideal. He's on the wrong side and almost on the rail. May have to use the 8 ball. Yeah. He's looking at the angle. May have to just make sure you leave the cue ball away from the rail, so you can adjust using higher or low English. In a very extreme situation, you can still do like almost like a Marseille, like you put left spin. I don't think you wanted that. Not sure if he was going for the short side position or.
Well, he's clearly leaving the 5-8 combo. I mean,
Okay.
no, yeah, he overran it.
Yeah, just a nice safety. That's just calling the 1 rail kick.
It's kind of the thing with getting out of position when there's still so many balls on the table. You can fall back on a safe
Yeah.
if you need to.
Yeah, just like here, even if you can see the 5, it's not giving up an easy shot or anything. Just looking at the line, calling the bank. Is it natural? Yeah, it's pretty natural to be honest. You can just stop the cue ball right there. Have to hit it reasonably hard, but it's almost like a dead straight bank. But it's also ooh, he killed it too much. He was also using some side English to a cue to 5. Well, this is really Gus' chance. Gus already missed the shot earlier. Yeah, just don't force it. Like right now, you're not in a 100%. Yeah, just don't force it. Take the straight shot and then draw back. Use, stretch it out. Use 2, 3, 4 shots to slowly get back to position instead of trying to get it done in one shot.
Yeah, this drawback can be a little treacherous on this table.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. He didn't. I understand that he didn't want to draw too much. But. Oh, he's calling the other side. Okay. It's a big shot. It's not taking a lot of time. Yeah. Ooh, look at that. Look at that. Wow.
4 corners.
Yeah. The question is, he's calling for the bank combo on Abel.
That 7 is going to get kind of squirrely.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, it's the thing is, it's not getting any easier. It's almost just a direct bank for the 7.
Right.
I don't know if the cut would have been easier. Maybe not. All right. Dicey moments. Nope. Hit the wrong side. Yeah. All right. Straight shot. This is just a stress tester. Almost straight. Cue ball. Almost on the rail. Just need to make it. Cue ball might be on the rail after this, so it's not the end yet. He missed it. Yeah, that one's not easy at all. It looks straight. It looks like you don't have to worry about positioning, but any little aiming or stroking error from there, plus the pressure. Same question for Gus.
Looks like he's wanting to roll this beyond the 9.
Yeah, I think that would be ideal. Just to roll it past the 9, get it down deep. Yeah. Still not easy.
Yeah, because he has to hit this basically edge and rail simultaneously to kind of flick this cue ball, unless he's going to go to rail or rail first and swing.
I don't like the rail first here.
Cue ball can really get away.
Yeah, it's just that the 8 is so deep. So if you're going for rail first, you could still, the cue ball could still scratch. Yeah, I'd rather go for that. Because the 9 is in such position that you really, as long as the cue ball goes out, yeah, bear down on this shot.
Yeah, very natural path to get a look at the 10 here.
Oh, uppercut. Yeah. I think for the last couple of shots, like that, what Nick pointed out, that Gus had that like little head lift motion, is causing some of those misses. Because some of those misses, to me, it looks like it's a result of just a stroke, like leaving off the line.
Yeah, like a slight body movement simultaneously.
Yeah, twisting the cue a little bit. Still not easy shot. Yeah, not easy at all. Yeah, but I was surprised that Christian was missing that one that thick.
Yeah, he missed it pretty bad.
Because I think usually, if anything, you would want to hit, you wouldn't want to miss it on the thinner side.
Right.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Or maybe it was, again, the pressure that you know that it's a hard shot, and you know that if you miss, then probably the opponent will be on the hill. Those pressure thoughts, moments will be causing some of the stroke to deform.
Yeah, so Gus reaches the hill first, ahead by 3. And the break here, so all momentum is definitely in his favor.
Yeah, and plus it's going for the 11-7 prediction. As scripted. Good job.
Hey,
guys.
we don't want hey. We don't want people starting conspiracies, all right? It's so easy for those to spread on the internet these days.
The way you stop them is you make them not conspiracy.
Shut the lights off.
Yeah.
3 lower right corner,
wow,
1
look at
wide
that.
open. This may be one of the better layouts and breaks we've seen, and of course it comes when Gus is on the hill.
Yeah, I don't think we have any break and runs yet. So
No, we have not.
this could be it. This is the only shot we really have to be worried about. Overcut it. Or is the cue ball gonna be?
I mean, it's great for the 2,
Yeah.
but maybe, I don't know if he left an edge. I don't think he did.
He did. The way Christian was looking at it, he's looking at yeah, he's going for the make. It's hard to pull it. Oh, he hit it. I don't really think he was going for that. Yeah, I think he was going for the cut, but just missed on the thin side just a little bit. But not a bad lead there. Gus going for a jump shot. Yeah, this one is not trivial. You have to draw it back a little bit after the shot as well. Ooh, how's the leaf? Whoa. Okay. That's a good shot for Christian to kind of restart and just get some momentum and arm swinging. It's I call it the right difficulty shot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not too tough, but
Yeah, you need some stroke. Yeah. Good angle as long as he's not too hampered on this shot. Yeah, it's a little awkward. You really don't want to pull out the bridge at this crucial time, yeah, but at the same time, the good news is you don't have to move the cue ball by a lot. Yeah. So good stroke. Nice. You can top spin with a little bit of right if 9 ball is not causing too much trouble. You can go for the left side of the 7 as well, but I don't like too much angle on the 5. I'd rather go for the right spin. Yeah, he's going for the other side. I don't blame him. It's the most natural way. It's just that you take a little risk on the 4, and maybe the pattern afterwards will be much easier. Versus here, you have to, you're not taking risk on missing that shot, but now you just have to make sure you get back to the 6. Distributing.
And the zone that you land in here,
Yeah, is it good enough? As long as the 6 past the 7, I think it does.
yeah, I think it
It's
does.
fine, yeah. Yep. Good, like, trade-offs and decision making, as always. Alright, this one's crucial. It's easy to leave the cube on the rail. So let's see. And my next sentence will be, if you don't want the cube to be on the rail, you might hit too hard. It's not the end of the day. Sorry, end of the world. Didn't leave too easy of a shot for Gus. I think you can call for a 2-way.
Mm-hmm.
Bank the 7 to the upper left. Upper right. And maybe stick the cue ball somewhere below the 8.
Yeah, I was initially thinking below the 8, but
Right.
it's so close.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I mean, he's, again, he got away with it. I'm not sure if he was going for it right behind the 9, or just to make sure the 7 goes to the upper middle diamond.
Mm-hmm.
But again, like, not a... Yeah, this one is more controlled, but it hit the 10 ball. Okay, this is Gus' chance to close it out.
Yeah, big cut here.
Yeah, but the good news is this one, you almost just have to worry about making a shot.
Mm-hmm.
Natural path, you won't hit the 8. Like, as long as you don't hit too hard. Yeah, just like that. It's very hard for the cue ball to scratch as well, so...
He's really good at those pace shots.
Yeah. Like medium speed.
Mm-hmm.
All right, this one just a little too straight a little bit. Can he go forward 2 rail or 1 rail? It's the cue ball.
It's a little steep.
Yeah. However, sometimes those shots are better than awkward in between shots. You just go back and forth 5 times maybe.
Oh no! Stop.
That's why you have to go 5 times,
Yeah.
not 2 times. All right,
All right.
cutting it
For the win.
for the win. Ooh, overspin it. Overspun it. Definitely swiped it.
Well, James, your parlay is might be ruined here.
That's how to get your money.
Dog the show.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think the script was no more than 3
Mm-hmm.
between the score.
Mhm.
So
Hey, Christian Younger's in the chat.
hey.
Welcome, welcome. Yeah, it's a very close match here. Chris is battling his way back.
Yeah, the last rack was. I think it's very typical, like, high pressure, near end of the game racks.
Mhm.
Like you can tell both players are playing below than their like ability, but it's very understandable, and I can really relate to that. And it's just down to sometimes if you're lucky enough that the opponent missed and then leave you with a perfect shot, or the opponent missed and then leave you a very awkward no shot situation. Right, dry break.
Yeah, yet again.
Yeah. I think that one he hit it like not so off, but just didn't have a ball. Dropped.
It's actually not a bad position for a left-handed shooter. A bit of a lean,
Yeah, a
but
bit of a lean, yeah. I don't like it because he actually have to use some spin there for the cue ball to come back. The natural path looks like the natural path is to go between the 6 and 9 and to the short side of the 2. So, yeah, that's what he was trying to do, and then almost perfect. Look at that shot. Yeah, just a tad too much. But just using the bridge, managed to have the cue ball go through the 6 and 9 is very strong.
yeah, that was definitely one of those shots where you just want to be on the ball,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like, you don't need to be perfect. Like, you just need to
Right.
navigate the traffic.
Yeah. And you could go for safety there as
Mhm.
well. Yeah, a little unfortunate there. Got right in front of 6. Let's see. Nice shot. Oh, it sucked too early. I thought it was like pocket speed, but forgot about that infamous pocket.
Yeah, this bottom left one is the infamous
Yeah,
one.
yeah. Saw many rattling on this pocket. And I think Christian can see almost the full ball, so he can... Ooh, he was using... Wow, that was a let off. I understand that he wanted to hit it like almost just half ball and then use the right spin to spin it out, but at this pressure moment, it's like very touchy shot. Alright, is he gonna go for the cut or cut shot? It is. How's the 6 ball gonna do? Right,
Little helper.
it'll help her, but this angle again, you can use more help since that. Maybe to the short side. It's pretty natural to go to the short side. Yeah, like that, but a little too hard. Alright. Decision. Are you going for attack all the way? Looks like it. Oh, nope. Yeah, that's the pure speed control shot. Little passive, but I mean, even for safety wise, I think you want to pull the cue ball back more on the back to the top rail, just because leaving a full ball to the opponent is dangerous.
I actually wouldn't really mind trying to bank this 6 below the right side of the 7 and then just bring the
Mhm.
cue ball up, because you go for this shot. If you make the 6 in the bottom right, cue ball is moving very far away from the 7. And then
Yeah.
it's kind of the same story with the bank. Unless you can follow and have the
Yeah.
cue ball go two
Right.
rails to this left side to get onto the 7.
I really don't mind going for the cut.
But you kind of have to send it.
Yes, but it's like kind of natural.
Hmm.
So my reason here is safety. Yes, you might have a better chance of not giving away a shot, but yeah, he's going for your shot, and I think he got
No.
no. Yeah. The thing is, if you go for attack, you can bear with a little lower probability, because once you make it, it's still your turn, and then you have a chance to run out the table.
Yeah,
but
that's
for
fair.
safeties, right? They're still back and forth, and it's still a lot of uncertainties there. Oof! Wow! Look at that! Look at that!
Mm,
Not sure what happened there. Was he going for the cut? Is that speed? I'm not sure. Or was he just trying to spit the 6-ball back up table?
Yeah, maybe try to get it to the top rail.
Yeah. Awkward angle here. It's like in between stun or draw. Yeah. But pretty lucky there.
Yeah, a little bit of fortune there.
Yeah, that little fortune has been helping Christian to hang in there.
I mean, when you're down, you need it, you know?
You need it,
Like-
yeah. You need all the help you can.
It's not really a great save here either because he's only got a piece of this 6.
Yeah, it's very weird, awkward. Definitely can't see the edge, but you want the cue ball to be able to get away and then come back.
Oh!
Yeah. Just don't scratch. And how it's gonna be still not obvious.
Yeah, I mean, getting position on the 7 here.
The 8 ball can be used as a backboard.
Mm-hmm.
But again,
But it kind of kills the momentum, right?
no,
a little bit,
because
or
think of it like the backspin is perpendicular to the tangent line this way, like so it's gonna hit the 8, but the backspin is spinning like perpendicular to that tangent line.
I see what you're saying.
So as long as you have enough speed on that backward spin, yeah, just like that, it's gonna be able to travel even too much.
I guess I was thinking follow for some reason, but yeah,
Oh, okay.
draw totally makes sense
Yeah,
to be able to spin off of it.
yeah. And this one, it's a good two-way opportunity. Control the cue ball speed. He's hitting pretty high on the cue ball. Yeah, he's looking at side pocket is there. I think for this one, you can actually just jack it up a little bit. Sacrifice a little bit of the accuracy as long as you're making sure the cue ball dies off the right long rail and the 7 kind of get close to the top left part of the table. Yeah, he's doing that shot, digging low. Pure speed shot. Yeah, just like that. Oof. The idea was there.
May have left the bank.
Hard to tell. Yeah. Doesn't look like it. Maybe the cut, but it's this 2 thing that is hard for the cue ball to come back as well. Come around, I mean. Yeah, he's going for the cut. And he managed to get the cue ball around. How is the cue ball gonna land?
A little flat.
Yeah. Like neither of the players are having a break there. A lot of those shots, like as long as you have a good fortune on one shot.
That was an excellent cut.
That was an excellent cut. Let's see where is the cue ball's gonna end up. It's gonna be pretty good, like as good as it could hope for. Yeah. Breathe and adjust.
This is one of those racks where it's like none of these shots are fun.
Yeah.
You know, they're all testers.
Yeah, every shots are like grudging. You have to bear down the shot. Oh, look at that. Look at that shot. The like calm rolling shot Gus is good at. And the last shot
For the win.
for the win.
And there it is.
Nice.
Gus Targonsky victorious over Christian Eiberger 11-8. Great match.
Yeah, great match. Although, like, I would I don't think either player would be very satisfied with their performance.
Yes.
But still, I really like this match. I think both players are pulling out very good decision makings. You can see the pressure moments, and I love them. Like I think that's why you watch amateur pool games, is those pressure gets the players. And
yeah, I mean, these are obviously both great players, and you can just see over time the pressure just building exponentially when they start missing shots that are kind of gimmies. But then, hey, the confidence comes back, and you hit these incredible cuts, and you find your way out of a rack, and here we are with Gus taking the dub here tonight at Ox. Shu Chang, thank you so much for joining.
My pleasure.
Really appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you, Zach.
Zach Ross here signing off. Shu Chang as well. Thank you all for joining us this evening. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, ring the bell as well. Till next time.